With good news for today from Baptist Press, I'm Brandon Porter. African American, Asian, and Hispanic Southern Baptist leaders have responded to the Guidepost Solutions report of the Southern Baptist Convention's handling of sexual abuse complaints spanning 2 decades. Frank Williams, president of the National African American Fellowship of the SBC, shared with Baptist Press a letter written on behalf of NAAF executive officers, its executive board, and the approximately 4,000 African American Southern Baptist churches it serves. Williams expressed gratitude to the 2021 annual meeting messengers, the Sexual Abuse Task Force, SBC Executive Committee Interim President and CEO Willie McLaren, Executive Committee Chairman Roland Slade, and EC trustees for their work during this unprecedented time of reckoning within the SBC. Williams described the report as a clarion call for churches to enact policies and practices to protect against and respond to allegations of abuse. Specifically, he encouraged African American pastors to pray for survivors, Southern Baptist churches, and the 2022 SBC annual meeting, to actively engage in Southern Baptist life at all levels, and to promote the values of collaborative fellowship, shared ownership, and cooperative stewardship that brings out the best in SBC life. In the summer of 2012, Bryant Wright sensed God was telling him to prepare for his next season of ministry. Wright, the founding pastor of Atlanta's Johnson Ferry Baptist, had just completed 30 years of ministry leading the church and was preparing for his 4th decade at Johnson Ferry. His new book, Succession: Preparing Your Ministry for the Next Leader, shares not only the personal lessons Wright learned, but practical advice for churches and church leaders as they plan leadership transitions. Succession was released this June. Wright's book tells the story of how he and the leadership team at Johnson Ferry Baptist Church walked through an intentional leadership succession process and provide suggestions for churches and church leaders nearing the next phase of ministry leadership.
Good News for Today is made possible through our friends at the Voice of the Martyrs, a nonprofit organization that serves persecuted Christians around the world. Founded in 1967 by Richard and Sabina Wurmbrand, VOM is dedicated to inspiring believers to deepen their commitment to Christ and to fulfill His Great Commission, no matter the cost. Find out more and sign up for their free monthly magazine at vom.org/goodnews.
Send Relief leader Coy Webb says Southern Baptist Disaster Relief is often not only the first to respond, but the last to leave. He points to situations like hurricanes and tornadoes, even refugee situations across the world, as he thanks Southern Baptist Disaster Relief workers for their courageous support of going to those who are hurting. You can read the full piece at baptistpress.com.